What up, Dokkanners? We've got some massive news coming out of Dokkan via the VJump scans. Big shout out to Dragon Ball Hype for the scans here. We're looking at the Dokkan side and the Legend. No, we're not. Nobody cares about Legends. We're looking at Dokkan's 7-year anniversary. On the top left, we got the Part 1 LRs. Love it. Over on the right, we got the Part 2 LRs. Love it. And then down here is Part 3. And we got the free-to-play combos, EZA on the left. And would you look at that, folks? The Year 3 LRs are getting EZAs at long last. It is finally happening. We knew this was coming, right? We knew this was coming eventually. It's just a matter of time before it happened. It's a good thing it's happening during the confines of the celebration, because we know this EZA is going to be super hype. So let's take a look and speculate wildly, because that is what we do when we only know that it's happening. We just don't know what it's going to be. So obviously, when it comes to these types of anniversary EZAs, we know that it's going to be an Extreme Z area for the free-to-plays. So Gohan, Goten Trunks, Chi-Chi Goku, and Vegeta Bulma will all be happening under one Extreme Z area umbrella, just like last year, just like every year. They're all going to be happening under the same event with different stages dedicated to each free-to-play unit. And like so, if you notice the punctuation, that same formatting is also being said for the Extreme Z battle. So that means for these Year 3 LRs, we're not going to be getting separate Extreme Z battles. I believe what this means is it's both going to be happening on the same event. So it's going to be 30 stones, but both units will be able to get their medals from the same event. So I'm going to say this with 99% certainty that we are not getting double EZAs. It's just going to be one stage to run through 1 through 10. So now, with that said, let's jump in and speculate wildly on these units. The reason why Android 21 is here is because I want to make a point. You see this little number right here? 6. This has to be changed. And I believe they will either change this, or both. I think that is the #1 thing that everybody's looking forward to with these two units and their EZAs. It's the transformation condition. That has always been one of the weak points about this unit, because when they transform, these units, even at their current state, are so good even now in Dokkan. After 4 years, these Year 3 LRs are still incredibly good. In fact, I have won several recent events, really tough ones that I put pressure on myself for because of the Year 3 units. So when they get their EZAs, they are not only going to be broken as all hell when it comes to their overall builds, but the transformation condition also has to undergo a drastic change. Now, the example that I want to show you is the Android 21, because the Android 21 is the last instance of a transformation condition changing, I believe, if I remember correctly. So this has set a new precedent for EZAs. When a unit has a transformation condition, that will be updated via an EZA. How drastic of a change it will be, that remains to be seen, but people can obviously speculate. Here, for Android 21, it went from a 30% chance to consume cell when HP is 50% or above, starting from the 4th turn. Now, while the 4th turn portion didn't change when we got the EZA, it became a 40% chance, so a 10% change in the chance there, which is obviously good. And then the HP restriction lessened by 10%. So the parameters increased, making for a little bit of an easier time to actually execute the transformation. This didn't outright make it a guarantee, it just gave it a slight tweak to make it a lot more approachable, a lot more manageable. So in that same vein, I feel like they will do something similar to the Year 3 LRs, but maybe a little bit more so in terms of accessibility, so especially since this is a Year 3 anniversary unit. They can't, they can't cheat us on this one, basically, is what I'm trying to say. They got to make sure that whatever they do here is very good, but at the same time not broken. But, speaking of broken, we do have some 7-year anniversary units that are pretty destructively broken. So I don't even think that should be an issue anymore. So I'm going to go crazy with my prediction here. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree with this one. I'm going to say they're going to move this from 6 turns to 4. That's my bold, crazy prediction. They're going to change this from 6 turns to 4. Now, in a more realistic sense, I feel like what they are instead going to do is bump this up to 60% or below. Not 40%, I was thinking 40%. They're going to bump this up to 60% or below, and then maybe they tweak this to 5 turns or something like that. But I want to go crazy. I'm going to say 4 turns, and I don't know, we'll say 70% or below. 70% or below and 4 turns. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree. Is that crazy or what? Leader skill will obviously get updated. We're going to have a full 170% lead for Potara. That will make this unit the unquestioned lead in Potara. The previous lead title went to the Kefla, which nobody used. because Kefla is kind of random in this grand scheme of things over here. So Kefla has now been dethroned. LR Potara Vegito will be the king of Potara, but then again, Fused Fighters is kind of where it's at on JP. For the overall build, I don't want to go into too much detail. I am going to say that for the untransformed state, I'm hoping that they kind of base it off of the worldwide download. So temporarily raising attack and defense. They already kind of do that to an extent with the 18 key, right? And then for the passive, it is kind of similar already, since they do gain extra key per key sphere obtained. Here it's more specific to Rainbow, so they could keep that portion the same. But then the rest of it, they could up the stats a little bit. They could maybe give some sort of a damage reduction, but if they don't choose to do that, maybe at the very least give us a chance for an additional super. But other than that, this is pretty much going to be the same unit. And then when he transforms, a couple things have to be there. Number one, there has to be a scouter effect. You have to be able to see super attacks. For whatever condition, I expect that to be there. The counter mechanic has to come with some sort of a damage reduction ability. Because one trademark ability of these Super Vegitos is the fact that they can receive 80% damage reduction, or actually 50, I think, for the physical one, yeah. 50% damage reduction for normal attacks. That is just a trademark Vegito thing. So they got to give some sort of a damage reduction mechanic to this unit, because that is what's going to make this guy separate from the worldwide download. Because the worldwide download doesn't have damage reduction, but he's still really good, right? You recover health, you can see all attacks, chance to perform critical hit is there to a medium chance, right? But having the ability to nullify some of the damage, I think, is going to make this unit a whole lot more effective, and I hope that they do that. Because having this guy run with the worldwide download Vegito, having that contrast with one being a tank, one not, it's going to make for a much more consistent rotation. So that's essentially what I would imagine they would do with this one, raising attack and defense for this 18 key and 12 key as well. Probably throw in a couple other bells and whistles. I want these guys to be stupidly broken. They are anniversary units, for crying out loud. I don't think I'm being unreasonable when I say I want these units to be stupid. All right, moving on to the Gogeta. Same deal, right? 3-year anniversary. Is it just me, or are these card arts oversaturated on the Dokkan Wiki? I feel like they've been altered a little bit. Speaking of, I also want their animations to be up-resed. I don't need them to be revamped. I don't need them to be reimagined. I just want them to be updated so that they fit a more HD profile, because it's very unfortunate to look at some of these units that I still use to this day and notice the giant disparity between a 240p attack and a 1080p attack, right? I want these units to get the HD treatment, just like the Royal Blue Vegeta did for his Final Flash. So now let's go into the speculation for this one. Obviously, same thing, 170% fusion. Again, I want it to be 4 turns, 70% as a bold prediction. And then for the passive, raising attack and defense for 1 turn, just like their contemporaries here, raising attack and defense for 1 turn. Same deal, raising the stats a little bit, give us a damage reduction or a possible additional super attack. One or the other would be fine, because when you combine that with the ability to transform after 4 turns, I don't think it's that bad. And then once we transform, obviously the number one thing, attacks being effective against everybody. That is the trademark ability for the Gogeta. The other one, though, is implementing some sort of a critical hit function. Critical hit ratio does get altered with the EZA of some of these Super Gogetas in the past. The Int one, for example, gets a high chance for a critical hit with 3 or more rainbow key spheres. So maybe if we can get some sort of an orb changing mechanic in here, and then give yourself the ability to pick up multiple rainbow key spheres, maybe that could give us a high chance for a critical hit or something like that. I think that would be enough to make this unit a whole lot better. And I don't know, is it too much to ask for a scouter ability on this guy too? Because this Gogeta has it, so maybe the other one should too? I don't know. I'll settle, okay? I'll be a little bit reasonable. We don't have to give the scouter effect to this unit, but if we are going to be giving up the ability to see all attacks coming up, I want to make up for it with some insane critical hit nonsense in the unit's passive. So make it happen, Dokkan. I cannot wait to see what these 2 units look like. It is going to be ridiculous. It is going to be stupendous. And now, finally, I will not cringe at the very sight of pulling these units. I can't tell you, folks, how many of these Vegitos I have pulled. I have rainbowed my LR, obviously. I have rainbowed the TUR in a true rainbow fashion, which means I have pulled 14 additional copies of this Vegito throughout my summons. So now I have a rainbow TUR Vegito, and now I am 3 dupes into my SSR version of this unit. that is how many of this LR I have pulled. So it is high time that this unit finally gets his comeuppance, because now I can benefit from all of those random, extra, stupid Vegetos. That is it for this video, folks. Speculate wildly, have fun with this. This is a big win for Dokkan in general. On Global, obviously, we're not getting this, but that doesn't mean we can't celebrate, because now you've got plenty of time to link level, you've got plenty of time to save up for potentially boosting up the super attacks for those spare LRs you might be saving or holding on to. Whatever you got to do, prepare, because this is going to be part of the 7-year anniversary when we get this come July. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments, what are your possible speculations on the builds of these two LRs? And do you think I am insane for predicting a turn 4 transformation with 70% health or below? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future, and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again, stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.